May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope. Romans 15:13. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are so glad you're here. I'm Reverend LuAnna Klote, and that's the first time I've been able to say Reverend. And welcome to our beloved United Spirituals of the Christ-like Church. Will you please bow your head and join me for the invocation? Mother, Father, God, great creator of all, most holy one, we invoke your holy presence today, that you fill us and surround us with your blessed Holy Spirit. Be with us today and always, allowing your grace and presence to move within us and through us as we lift our heart, body, mind, and spirit. We are thankful for the opportunity to come together with open hearts and open minds, and to accept the healing guidance of our spirits, guides, teachers, family, and loved ones in spirit, that we be filled with clarity, understanding, peace, and love as we fellowship with you today. Please join me in the Lord's Prayer as taught to us by our Christed brother, Jesus Christ. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Well, and now, most of our troubles are due to our passionate desire for and attachment to things that we misapprehend as enduring entities, and that's by the Dalai Lama. Then Buddha also tells us attachment is the root of suffering. Buddha taught that the root of suffering is attachment because the only constant in the universe is change, and change often involves loss. When you allow yourself to become attached to someone or something, you're more likely to dwell on the pain of losing them. What does attachment really mean? It's basically what we do when we hold on to things in an effort to find happiness and comfort. We don't just cling to the things that give us joy, but we also cling to something because we're afraid to let it go. Luminita Saviak, founder and editor-in-chief of purposeberry.com, asked, are we holding on to something we need to let go? Then she says, a lot of people suffer because we are attached to things, people, beliefs, ideas, and places. We can't seem to allow things to just happen. We can't allow people to just come and go in our lives, and we want to control everything and everyone. Why? Because we are attached to all of these things. We are attached to the work we do, to our minds, our egos. We're attached to everything and everyone. And it's very important for us to learn that with attachments come pain, sadness, suffering, bitterness, and anger, and unhappiness. Nothing is ours to keep, even our mother or father, our spouse or our children, our friends, our bank accounts, or our career. And I personally have the experience with the career thing. The first job I worked in Kansas City, they moved the whole office to Houston, Texas. And my husband said, no. And I thought, well, I never want to do this again. So then I found another job in Kansas City. And guess what? It was a project office. I hadn't thought ahead. Well, guess what happens when the project's over? The job goes away. And that's when I transferred here. And it was another project office. So I have some experience with that. Well, we must learn to love them and value them, these things, to be grateful for their presence in our lives, to be grateful for the time we spend with them. But when the time comes to let them go, to let them all go with dignity, with love, and with grace. Things are the way they are, neither good nor bad, and we are the ones attaching value to everything. Attachment comes from a place of fear where we're attached to something fear is present. Fear and love cannot coexist. It all starts with a decision to be present in everything we do. The past is long gone and the future is so far away, and all that we have is the very moment. Take advantage of it, appreciate it, treasure it. Be happy, be present, be loved, and what's most important, let ourselves be loved. Today, I'm going to look at letting go of attachments, in particular, letting go of things, letting go of people, and letting go of beliefs. First are letting go of things. I have a confession to make. I have too much stuff. I remember in my younger days, I had very little, so it was so much fun going shopping and buying clothes and souvenirs and books. Well, today there's clothes, lots of clothes, and some of them I've had for quite a while. And there's some that I love, but I have no place to wear right now. And then others that shrunk, or maybe I gained a little bit of weight. And one time recently, I spent a week purging papers from my file cabinets. Afterwards, it was so nice to have room in my file cabinets for the current important papers, but there's still plenty more to get rid of. At this stage in my life, I and others of my seasoned age are attempting to get rid of stuff. It will happen, but perhaps you recognize yourself in this statement, and then maybe not. I have a story about a monkey hanging on. He was very attached, and it's entitled, How to Hunt a Monkey. A man asked his child, do you now know how hunters of old used to trap monkeys? Rather than chasing them up a tree or shooting arrows from below, they put a heavy glass jar with a narrow neck on the floor of the jungle, which had the monkey's favorite food inside. They'd then step back and hide, waiting for the unsuspecting animal to approach. When it did, the monkey would reach inside and clench a fist around the food and try to pull it out. However, the narrow neck of the jar would stop the poor monkey from getting his hand out. It'd pull and pull, but to no avail. There was simply no way to get its hand out of the jar without releasing the food. Rather than letting it go, though, the monkey would persevere, refusing to drop its dinner. The hunters would then approach and catch it to have their dinner. Yeah. Don't be like that monkey, warned the man. In life, to fight another day and grow as a person, you must know when to quit, when to move on, and when to let go of whatever's holding you back. The moral of this story is sometimes we have to let go and give up what we have now in order to receive something better in the future. Don't let attachment be our downfall. Moving on from letting go of things, now we're going to look at letting go of people. Sometimes in our lives, we may have a person or a group of people that is central to our life, our lifeline. This person may be our mother, father, spouse, friend, or even a group of best friends. Change is happening constantly. Loss is one of these changes. You or your friend may have to move geographically, not making it possible to have your weekly lunches together. Or your jobs may change, putting you in different buildings, even different cities. No more morning coffee breaks together. Your friend may even transition to the other side of the veil. And somebody that I miss is having lunches with Eileen Miller. Even though she was 93 years old, she had such a young mind, and we would sit here at Olive Garden for 3 hours at a time talking about spiritual stuff, and it was just so interesting. Well, these changes are inevitable. They just happen, being beyond our control. And then, as time evolves, outlooks and opinions may change, and you may be on opposite ends of the spectrum. Nothing is wrong with this, good or bad. Laurie Deshane, author and founder of Tiny Buddha, says, interact with lots of people. If you limit yourself to one or two relationships, they will seem like your lifelines. Everyone needs people, and there are billions on the planet. Stay open to new connections. Accept the possibility your future involves a lot of love, whether you cling to a select few people or not. Go it alone sometimes. Take time to foster your own interests, ones that nothing and no one can take away. Don't let things hinge on anyone or anything other than your own values and your passion. Audition for community theater. Volunteer with animals like the SPCA, the cat colony, walking the dogs. Take an art class or a spirituality class. Whatever you do and whatever you love, do it. Don't wait, do it now. Moving on from letting go of things and letting go of people, next is letting go of beliefs. Lori DeShane also tells us, vocalize our feelings, feel them, acknowledge them, express them, and then let them naturally transform. Even if we want to dwell in anger, sadness, or frustration, especially if we like dwelling, save ourselves the pain and commit to working through them, and then release them. Write it down, then toss it out. You won't always have the opportunity to express your feelings to the people who inspired them. That doesn't mean you need to swallow them or stuff them that can cause dis-ease. Write it in a journal. Write a letter and burn it. Anything that helps, you let go. Something that helps me tremendously is journaling my feelings. In this way, I am able to rid myself of the anxiety, anger, and upset that is present. In doing this, a void is created in my mind that allows spirit to come in and guide me to help me alleviate the situation. I find it's a win-win-win. A win for me, a win for the person, and a win for everybody around us, because when we're upset, our vibrations kind of move out and they affect the people around us. Zen here now. Experience, appreciate, enjoy, and let go of, to welcome another experience. Just know you have the power to choose from moment to moment how you experience things you enjoy. With a sense of ownership, anxiety, and fear, or with a sense of freedom, peace, and love. The most important question, what do you choose right now? Coach Pickett, who is a life coach, counselor, and trainer, shares with us. Letting go of attachments to an opinion or belief leaves a door or possibly a small window open, sharing what others think, fear, or otherwise feel. Letting go may start with the possibility of letting go of conviction that I am right, and any other way of seeing, perceiving, or understanding is wrong. Coach Pickett says, when I even entertain the possibility that a belief to which I have superglued myself and attached myself, I may get very anxious and fearful. I may suffer physically with symptoms of weakness, faintness, higher blood pressure, or others. Deciding to allow for the possibility of letting go of attachments does become in and of itself a core value. Being sometimes painfully open to learning and growing is a core value. Well, as we go along in our lives, we realize all we do has a purpose, a reason that will be used later, even though oftentimes it's not seen when it's happening. Recently, I had an opportunity with my beliefs in a recent Camp Chesterfield class, one having much discussion, and then what happened that evening. One of the students in my class, retired now, who previously held a high-profile job with much authority, loves to talk a lot. In our class, it's about his personal experiences. He kept talking and talking. That was getting to be a bit much for me. And besides that, he happened to have his back to me. And as he was talking, he kept scooting back and talking with his hands. And I was sitting in my chair going, but I was listening to what he was saying. He was talking about his daughter pushing his buttons. They would go around and around with heavy-duty arguments. Well, after one of these arguments one day, he said to himself, what is happening here? Why is it so important I be right? Bingo! It was Sister Mary Elizabeth, a nun in his previous education. After that, his buttons were not that big of a deal, and his daughter wasn't upsetting him nearly as much. Little did I know I would soon be using this information that evening when I and another student were going around and around about one of Camp Chesterfield's new changes. It was about the student worship services for the week, scheduling the students to work the platform. The positions needing to be filled were chair, the person giving the sermons, and the platform mediums. In the past, the assignments were made after the Sunday evening service before the week-long student worship services. And Penny and Rick, you probably remember the days when you would go to the front of the chapel on the right side, maybe in the first 3 rows, and they would say the night and what position was there, and you'd hold up your hand. And there was one time in October 2019, we had a whole bunch of people and not that many slots. So you had to be really active. And so I kind of felt like an idiot that I got that slot. Well, now that the other student that I was talking to thought these assignments should still be made this way. In Camp Chesterfield's new way, the assignments were made by the faculty before the week-long seminary, using the list of students approved to work the platform. The schedules were then emailed to the students the week before the seminary. And part of the reason was after COVID, we just don't have that many students that are available to work. And so from my vantage point, I just thought that was fine. But the other student, he adamantly disagreed, still wanting to have the scheduling occur in person that Sunday evening before the seminary week. And this arguing, and we were going around and around about these changes. And it got me bent out of shape and my buttons had been pushed. Well, I eventually realized we were going nowhere. Neither one of us was going to budge to change our opinion, so I moved on. Later, when I got to my room, I asked myself, why is this bothering me, pushing my buttons so much? Why do I have to be right? Voila, it was my dad. When I was growing up, whatever he said went, whether I agreed or disagreed. I had absolutely no input. We 3 kids were not allowed to speak. And at this point, the situation with the other student was totally neutralized. This was a wake-up call for me, an aha moment. So it was an excellent lesson for me. Even though the talkative student in class was annoying me, his sharing was a huge lesson in my life. As I realize now, it's better to rid myself of these buttons than let it send me into an emotional roller coaster ride, anger being one of the symptoms present of what I do not enjoy. It's interesting how things can pan out when I'm listening, paying attention, even though I may not be enjoying the situation. After learning lessons as this, there will be more opportunities in our futures to use this rationale again as our lessons are ongoing. But in the future, if we remember, our buttons can be neutralized and the stressors can disappear. In summary, Buddha tells us attachment is the root of suffering. A lot of people suffer because they are attached to things, people, beliefs, ideas, and places. Attachment comes from a place of fear. Sometimes we have to let go and give up what we have now in order to receive something better in the future. And letting go is letting happiness in. For this upcoming week, I have a call of action for us. What are you holding on to that no longer serves you or works in your life? Let go, even if it's something you consider trivial, to receive something better and let the happiness flow in. Blessings. Thank you. And now for our meditation.
Sorry, it didn't shock me. It usually shocks me.
And could I have a little
This
music,
time of
please?
year.
Thank you. As you get into a comfortable position, uncrossing your legs, setting your feet flat on the floor, uncrossing your arms and closing your eyes, take a slow, deep breath. Now slowly exhale any worries or anxieties you may have. Take another slow, deep breath. filling your lungs with pure, fresh, clean air. Slowly exhale, releasing any stresses and tensions you may have. Just breathe slowly, filling your lungs. Imagine that miraculous oxygen moving through every part of your body. This is life, your gift. Enjoy your in-breath and out-breath. Let your thinking and worries float away into the ethers. Just sit there and enjoy doing nothing. Enjoy your breathing and the fact you are alive and that you have time to do nothing. This is very healing, transforming, and nourishing. Deep breath is a big part of your well-being. It is the current that carries the vitality to the cells. Your breathing connects you with the divine. When concentrating on deep breathing, you are focusing on something positive. And so, while feeding the cells of your body, you are also aligning with source energy, the divine energy, and everybody and everything comes alive. Everything works better. Metabolism, clarity, thriving comes from deliberate, deep breathing. Today, we are breathing life into our chakras. A chakra is a Sanskrit word meaning wheel. The chakras are vortices, which flow both in and out of the body when developed. They rotate like a spinning wheel. The first chakra is our root chakra, located at the base of our spine. It is a vibrant red, spinning with life. Take a deep breath. Our affirmation for our root chakra is, I am safe. Repeat to yourself, I am safe. The second chakra is our sacral chakra, located below the navel. It is a vibrant orange, spinning with life. Take a deep breath. Our affirmation for our sacral chakra is, I am creative. I am creative. The third chakra is our solar plexus chakra, located above the navel in the upper abdomen of the stomach area. It is a vibrant yellow, spinning with life. Take a deep breath. Our affirmation for our solar plexus chakra is, I am strong. I am strong. The fourth chakra is our heart chakra, located in the center of our chest. It is a vibrant green, spinning with life. Take a deep breath. Our affirmation for our heart chakra is, I am loved. I am loved. The fifth chakra is our throat chakra, located at our throat center. It is a vibrant blue, spinning with life. Take a deep breath. Our affirmation for our throat chakra is, I am expressive. The sixth chakra is our third eye chakra, located between our eyebrows. It is a vibrant indigo, spinning with life. Take a deep breath. Our affirmation for our third eye chakra is, I am connected. I am connected. The seventh chakra is our crown chakra, located at the top of our head. It is a vibrant violet, spinning with life. Take a deep breath. Our affirmation for our crown chakra is, I am divine. I am divine. With having our chakras balanced and spinning with life, like a wheel, I wash away any energy that is not mine to carry. I release myself from the burdens of the past. I nourish myself in a comforting, golden light. I am restored. I am recharged. Affirmations for us are, I am empowering. I am free. I am balanced. I am grounded. I am marvelous. I am love. And I am joy. We have become much lighter and joyful with breathing life into our chakras, being restored and recharged, and owning these affirmations, bringing peace and happiness with you. You feel balanced, calm, grounded, and joyful. You can now shift into the here and now in your own time, at your own pace. Be aware of the support beneath you. Come back gently. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Open your eyes to a new, peaceful, calm world. Welcome back.